So obviously the purpose of this interview is about if the therapeutic products bill that is being proposed was activated, say, a year ago, do you think you'd still have essential tremors? Would you
No,
be...
it would be terrible, absolutely terrible. I look at other people, you know, you sort of go to the supermarket and you see other people that are sitting there and they get that sort of thing across their chest, or they've got their head going, and you look at them and you think, oh God, go and do something about it. But yeah, if they put that bill through and you can't operate anymore and I can't, you know, I could try and do other things, supplements and things, but yeah, it wouldn't be the same.
Supplements might be off the shelves.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, you come to the Brilin Functional Medicine Centre not so long ago, and you come in with quite bad essential tremors. The medical industry, as you told me, kind of washed their hands with you, and they said there's nothing they could do. Now, what's been the outcome of that?
I probably came and saw you, almost over a year ago now, and I've been having treatment, and I would say that when my GP told me that there was nothing they could do, I just thought, no, there's got to be something. So looking at alternative treatments and looking, I did a few others, and then I came and saw you at the Brilin Centre. And the treatments we've been doing over the past year, I would say virtually, I mean, sometimes other people look at me and they go, they've absolutely gone. I know myself, if I get upset or nervous, my left hand will start shaking. But a year ago, I couldn't hold a cup of tea in my left hand, and even my right hand would have been shaking. I mean, my left hand, it would have just completely gone. I mean, now, yeah, I just routinely pick cups up and walk around with tea. I don't even notice it. I really don't even notice it.
You've looked at the therapeutics bill. How do you feel about it?
It's sickly, sickening, and it's just typical government speak, really, and it's just their typical overreach into, now it's like they have been doing, overreach into our medical sort of situations. And why, you know, can't they just leave us alone and let us do our own thing? You go along to a GP, I mean, like, you know, my GP, I thought she was absolutely wonderful. She used to get into all sorts of, you know, ketogenic diets and all the rest of it, and we used to have some really good conversations. But get to the essential tremor thing, absolutely, you know, no, you might be able to take something, some heart pills or something, but nothing. And I said, but surely there must be something else. Surely you've done some more research into it. No, couldn't even recommend somewhere else to go to.
And of course, if I interpret the bill correctly, doctors will be even more gagged to be able to recommend anything that's complementary, because obviously we're not against. It's important to have mainstream medical. Like, you know, if I get hit by a bus, you know, or something like that, I don't want you to come and rub some sage on me or anything like that. You know, I want the medical industry. So we can't. You know, we're not putting them down, but I think it's just really scary because it takes our choice away, and yet everything that you've done is far safer than any drug, because there's no drug that cures anything. And so this is what's really puzzling, and this is why I'm making these videos with a lot of my clients, because you know, in your case, you didn't have a life-threatening situation, but a lot of my clients were terminal illnesses, and they're alive today. And these videos are basically saying, well, if this bill was in place back then, maybe they wouldn't be alive today. I'm not saying that categorically. You know, Brilin, we try not to take any what would you call it, praise or claiming that we have cured anybody. It's all up to you. Like, we've given you a good pathway. We've helped you understand. See, I'm a functional medicine practitioner, so it's my job to understand precursors and contributing factors to disease. A lot of doctors, and I've interviewed doctors in America, a lot of them are really frustrated because they feel like they can't really truly help their clients, and a lot of them are now starting to turn to functional medicine. And I think what would be nice is to see that we keep the orthodox system, but get them to train a little bit more on nutrition, get them to learn a little bit more about functional medicine. So if there's a rash on your skin, you don't just prescribe a steroid cream, because obviously the rash on the skin is an internal mechanism of your body, and there's a lot of precursors, and really simple to remedy that kind of thing. So now that your essential tremors is, essentially not tremoring anymore,
Not essentially
how does that make you feel with your lifestyle now?
I think, well, it's, I can do all the things I used to do before and not feel embarrassed because, I would have second thoughts about if I was out somewhere about actually picking something up and taking it to a table. But no, I can do all that now. It doesn't worry me anymore. It's got to the point where I think I actually forget that I even had it, which, if I'd have just listened to my GP, there's nothing you can do, I wouldn't have been in that position. And if we don't have that option to be able to go and do some research ourselves and actually think, wow, there's people out there who can help us, who aren't in the, the mainstream medicine type setup, and if we don't have that, what are we going to do?
So if someone was watching this video and they're hum and hawing, some of them might think this is a good bill to pass maybe, or they might be thinking about writing an opposition to this in the submissions, that all the links will be in the description, by the way. What would you want to say to them if they're thinking about this bill?
It's easy. I just sat down, I wrote to the Prime Minister, I wrote to the Minister of Health, I wrote it in my own handwriting and put it in a a registered thing, but signature required registered, so that you do know that they have received it. If everybody did that, it would be fantastic. But there's also heaps of, the common law people. They've got a whole petition going that we've all signed, so heaps of people can actually sign one letter, but I still reckon it's better if you actually write it yourself.
It's very good advice.
Whether you'd actually get a reply or not, I don't know. I think they're a bit busy up there at the moment.
I think they probably would be very busy because the word on the street is that everyone's absolutely up in arms. This is the most ridiculous bill. It's horrific. It takes all our human rights away. They're really demonising just what is common sense and what is natural, and yet they're allowing all the chemicals and drugs to go through without any regulation. It's just ridiculous. Oh, there's an earthquake.
There's an earthquake. Yep, we're just rocking backwards and forwards gently here.
Well, there we go. See, our interview is so powerful.
I know.
We're rocking New Zealand already.
No,
well,
we've got to stop the government from meddling in our own personal medical blimmin', whatever you call it.
Yeah,
our own personal, medical situations.
A lot of orthodox people might think of a lot of natural stuff as snake oil, and I actually agree. There's a lot of natural stuff out there which can actually be quite dangerous, and there's a lot of fraudulence in the natural industry. I totally agree with that, but fundamentally it's our choice and our right to make those decisions. Well, thank you very much, Anne. I really appreciate that.
I'm just hanging onto the chair here in case it starts again.
Yeah, no, I'm sort of, okay.
No, won't worry if that comes down.
Very good. And thank you very much for watching, and all the descriptions and links are in the below to make your submission, and thank you for watching.